Hi there, everyone. I am Chris. This is Simply Classic, and today we're going to talk about the Gemella Wallet sew-along. So this live is for you to ask questions. We want it to be interactive. So if you do have any questions, go ahead and post them in the chat, and we'll be sure to answer them as we continue on tonight. So before we get started, though, I would like to ask you to please subscribe to the channel. Give me a thumbs up and then ring that bell notification or hit that bell notification so that you can be notified of any future videos that we have. We try to post them about once a week. So in the video chat, I went ahead and posted a few things for you. We have a copy of a link for the pattern. We also have a link for the adhesive lining that we use in the kit or in the wallet. And hey, Cheryl, thanks for joining. The adhesive lining is the nylon, kind of sticky backed lining. I have something on this one here, but anyway, you'll kind of get the idea. And so I put a link in the description for you there as well. And then we also have maker's kit. So on last week's live, you specifically asked if we were going to have any kits for this wallet, and we went ahead and put some up. So we have, I think, maybe 6 different kits right now, 6 or 7 different kits. So be sure to check out the link for that. We also have, and I specifically linked this tape. This is the double-sided tape that I use when I do my wallets. It is not from Wag-Wag, which is where I get most of my tape from. This is actually a tape from Amazon. It's a less sticky tape, and I really like it because you can tear it without having to use scissors. You can just tear it to cut it. And when you're making those slots, it's really easy to use, so you don't have to, because you have to put so much tape in front of each slot. It's super easy. So that is an affiliate link, I have to tell you that, but it is on Amazon. So it's easy to find, and I highly recommend it. So we have Cynthia joining us. Thank you so much, Cynthia, for being here. And we have Pam here as well. And Pam is from Canada. Hooray. We appreciate our Canadian subscribers and our Canadian customers. So glad to see you, Pam. So the sew-along started last week, and it's in the blog, so you just go to the blog and it will give you the step that you need to take. Last week we had you cut out all the pattern pieces, of course, cut out the pattern pieces, the stabilizer, the lining, all that to get ready to go. And then this week, what we have you do is work on the flap. So you're going to have your flap piece cut out, and of course the faux or whatever you're using cut out as well. And of course you have stabilizers to go on that flap. You're also going to have your little snap tab piece. You're going to, in addition to doing those 2 things, you're going to be building your credit card slots. So you have your piece cut out like we talked about last week, and we have all of our credit card slots and our ID window all cut out, and these are ready to go. Okay, so per the instructions, the first thing you're going to do is to put some double-sided tape right around this window here, and then you're going to put your clear window ID on top of that and stitch it on. We have Cindy, Raven. We have 2 Cynthia. We have a Cynthia and a Cindy. So tonight's Cindy night. And then Christine Whitaker is with us. Yay! You finally made it live. So happy you're here. Okay, so once we put the ID window on, the clear ID window, which I'm going to show you this here. This is a wallet that I made this week. This is with one of the kits that we have. This is the seafoam faux leather that we have. I quilted it because I just think that our solid faux leathers just scream for quilting. And I just did a really simple design on it. But the ID window, of course, is going to be this here. And you can easily get your ID in and out of there without any problems. sometimes they're tight. This one isn't super tight, so you can reach in there and get it fairly easily. Now you're going to see I used contrast lining on this wallet, and I did that for a couple of reasons. One, so I could show you the stitching tonight. But the other thing too is because in the kit we have black zippers, black and nickel, and I really thought that the black stitching just really complemented that. So I'm going to try to give you like a little close up here of the stitching, and you're going to see that you are going to stitch that clear window on first. You can kind of see that box outlined. Christine is asking, do I have a regular time that I do a live? We are doing lives during the sew-along, and we're doing them so that everyone can ask questions as you go along with the sew-along, and we're doing them Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock. So we did one last week, we're doing one this week, and then we have one more sew-along that we're going to post the blog on Monday. You're going to go a little bit further in process, and we'll have one more. It's really a kind of question answer type live so that we can help you get through making this wallet. So if you would like to go ahead and start stitching, and if you run into any problems, you are always free to email me. My email address is at the bottom of the screen, but you can also participate in the live and have your questions answered live. Yes, so this is 2-inch wide quilting. Cynthia is saying it's less time consuming, and that is true. And it's beautiful. You can do 2-inch, 1-inch. This one here, I did 1-inch. This is the leather one I showed you last week. And I did it on the diagonal. Okay. So really, I guess they are both on the diagonal, but you can see the difference between the 1-inch and the 2-inch and how that looks. So Lynn just joined us. Hi, Lynn. Thank you so much for joining. So, okay, we were talking about the ID wallet. So you can see the stitching on that ID wallet and how you stitch all the way around first. Okay, so you're going to do this line of stitching all the way around. Then you're going to put a piece of wallet lining behind it, and you're going to stitch that on. And when you stitch that on, you are going to stitch above the first card slot. That's the only time you're going to stitch above a card slot. Every other time you're going to stitch below the card slots, okay? So make sure that you pay attention to that, because if you stitch below, you're going to stitch this closed and you're not going to be able to get your ID in and out. All right? So once you do that, then you'll start building the actual card slots. But the first thing is this ID window. So Christine says, wow, I'm excited. I have the pink and black faux leather. Yes. Pink and black are excellent combinations. Leslie, hi. And then, yes, the diamond pattern is, Cynthia saying she prefers the diamond pattern. And I just think that a little more feminine, maybe. But the block pattern is gorgeous as well. Any kind of quilting is really beautiful. Okay, so do you have any questions on how to do this ID window before we go on? And of course, all of this is in the tutorial that I do for the wallet. We have a tutorial for the wallet, and then we also have a tutorial for the hack, which the only really thing that's different with this hack is we added some strap connectors and a strap to make it an crossbody. I switched the configuration of the actual phone phone pocket to straight up and down, and then I switched the configuration of the card slots so that the ID window, instead of being at the bottom, was in the middle. And I did that so when I opened this wallet, when it was on my body, being carried as a crossbody, cards wouldn't fall out. Okay, so see how that's a little bit different. So you can really change this up to meet your needs. Well, hey, Barbie. So Barbie is Jeannie Designs, and she does tutorials, and she actually has a tutorial on the Gemella, and she also has a tutorial on the hack. So go ahead and check her channel out, her YouTube channel, and subscribe to her as well, because she does excellent tutorials, and she's posting them like every day. I don't know how you have time to do that, Barbie. You're amazing. Okay, the video. My video is going to be on my YouTube channel. If you just search for Gemella, of course, the name of the pattern, you'll be able to find it, and you'll be able to find both the original and the hack. And I'm sure on Barbie's channel, you'll be able to do the same thing. That's the Jeannie's Designs. Yeah, and that will take you through all those steps. Okay, so then once you're through with the actual ID window, you're going to want to go ahead and start building your credit card slots. And I walk you through how to do that, of course, in the video. But essentially, what you're going to do, you're going to have your ID window in at this point. And then you're going to put double-sided tape along each one of these slots. Okay, you're going to do it right below. Once you do that, you're going to do the old fan fold thing with the credit card, or with the lining, where you place it face down and you fan it. And when I fan it, what I need is I give you measurements, and you're actually going to do kind of like a back and forth type deal, where you go, back this way and then this way, and then your credit cards will fit right in the slots. Okay. And I tell you exactly how long to cut them, and then you're going to do this set of slots first, and then you'll go through and you'll do this set of slots. And that will give you all of your slots. And changing the configuration of the slots is super easy. If you decide that you want to put your ID window in a different spot, okay, like here. When I did this one, I did it just like the pattern showed. You can see that. But when I did this one, I flipped it. So what I mean by that, as you will see, here is the pattern. So I did these card slots down here, just like the pattern said. I just laid the pattern piece on top, and I cut these card slots out. Then, before I cut these top ones, I just took this pattern piece and I flipped it around, and I placed my center mark right at the top, and then I cut these. So, Barbie, you're asking about the other colors of the wallet lining. We are going to order, and per your advice, because we asked last week what colors you would want, we're going to get cream, for sure. We're also going to be looking at a blue. We're not sure if we're going to do navy, because the navy might be really close to the black. So we're kind of looking at that. But usually the lead time is, about 6 weeks. So we are hoping to order those. They'll probably get ordered next week. And then from there, we should have them. Once we get them, we have to package them and stuff. But hopefully, without too long, or before too long, we will get them. So Christine's saying, wish there was a way to have a phone pocket and a glass holder all in one. Yeah, eyeglasses, yes. I think it would make it, that would be neat, because if you're like me, you're having to carry eyeglass so you can read, like in restaurants and stuff, especially. And I know if you're like me too, you got to break out your cell phone once in a while. But anyway, that would be a really neat idea, but I do think that it would make this super bulky. But if you don't need this, or what you could do, maybe you put the cell phone holder on the inside, and then you do an eyeglass pocket on the outside, because maybe you don't need all these credit card slots. That's an idea. And you could certainly double up too. If you had to put 2 credit cards in one slot, that would work. They're big enough. So you could do, so I have it upside down. You could do your ID window, and then you could use these 7 slots for whatever, and then put your cell phone pocket here, and then maybe put your eyeglasses here. That would be cool. Now, one thing I do want to tell you is on the kits that we have, you see this pattern, or this piece here is bigger, that tab. I am giving you the bigger tab piece, pattern piece in the actual kit. So if you ordered a Gemella Wallet kit from us this week, you got this larger pattern piece. And the reason why is because we wanted to include all the hardware in the kit. And these snaps that I used on the original wallet, you need a setter for those, and because they're just the push snaps, and we don't carry the snap and the setter in the whole 9 yards for you to set one snap. So instead, what we decided to do was to make a larger tab, because a magnetic snap will not fit on this tab. You won't be able to put that on there and sew around it. So if you received, like I said, a kit, if you ordered a kit, you're going to get this larger piece, and then you're going to get a magnetic snap in place of a push snap. If you prefer this smaller tab and you have push snaps, you could certainly do that. You still have that in your pattern, so you can use that one, no problem. Okay. All right, Cheryl, I like the larger tab. You know, I actually really do too. And what I probably need to do is go ahead and just put it up online for you all as well, so that you can go ahead and grab that. And I might even just go ahead and add it to the pattern as a second option. You can use one of the two, but that way you can get the tab. Just download it. I'll try to get that up tomorrow for you. All right. All right, so that's what the sew along is this week, is to get your tabs done, get your flat done, and then build your credit card slots, and then you'll be done for the week. So Christine said, I am brilliant. Thank you. We try really hard. You know, some days are better than others. But yes, so any questions that you have about the construction of the wallet, because remember, these lives are for you. We want you to be able to ask questions, and we want to be able to answer those questions for you live, because sometimes a question leads to another question, right? Cheryl says, yes, she is. All right, y'all. You're going to make me blush. And then, of course, let me just mention too, and I know I've mentioned this last week, but in the kit, you do have a twist lock. And the reason why is because, again, these snap tabs have setters that you need, and it was just a lot to have to send everybody a setter and a snap tab and everything in a kit. It was not feasible for us, and we wanted to keep the kits as affordable as possible. So you are going to have, this is exactly like the kit comes. You're going to have the twist lock. You're going to have the larger tab with the magnetic snap. You're going to have 2 zipper holes with 20 inches of number 3 zipper. And then, of course, the ID slot and the adhesive lining and the foam. So everything you need. Yes, question on the quilting. What, Sharon, yes, whatever I can do for you, you let me know. I'll be happy to answer. Christine says, I'm kind of new to bag making, and I fell in love with the Leah tote. I'm going to make another now that I have some bag making under my belt. Yes, the Leah has been a great tote. We have, of course, the Leah tote, which is the big one, and then we have the little Leah, which comes in skinny and mini, which are the 2 different sizes. One's a little taller, one's kind of like the Leah tote, just shorter. And those are very, very popular. Your free tote pattern kicked off my bag making thing. Well, good. I'm glad. We try to do that. We try to offer some free patterns here and there. And the free patterns, kind of like what we did on the YouTube video last week, we had the Marc Jacobs tote in a smaller version. Of course, we did the bigger version back in February for Miss Alexis, who is on her way to New York. And so someone asked me about a smaller version, and that big one is big. I mean, it's big. So I thought, you know, that's a great option. I think that would be something I want to do. So anyway, we did the smaller version last week, and we did it with one of our solid faux leathers. So, all right. So Christine says, I bought that, but haven't tried it. I love my Leah. Okay, great. That's good. You know, we've had a couple of people turn the Leah into, somebody turned it into a camera bag, which I thought was brilliant. They used the spot where you would put your water bottle for their camera lens, and then they used the rest of it for their camera. And I was like, I never thought of that. That was really great. So Sharon is asking, the actual pattern piece should be used, correct? We don't need to make it slightly larger. Excellent question. No, you do not need to make it slightly larger. So what Sharon's referring to is when you quilt, and a lot of you probably have background in quilting, you know this, but when you quilt, you always want to cut the pattern piece or whatever you're quilting larger than what the final measurement is, because as you quilt, the stitching kind of it shrinks the pattern piece in. Okay, the stitching kind of, I don't want to say it tucks it, it doesn't tuck it, but it just shrinks it. So typically what you do is you quilt and then you put your pattern piece on top and you cut it. You do not have to worry about that with this for a couple reasons. One is because it's not a very big pattern piece, so you don't have to really worry about that. Even the bags that we do, like I have a little Leah and a Leah that I quilted in leather, and I didn't have to worry about cutting it bigger for either one, because again, the pieces are just, I mean, they're not super large. It's not like we're doing a great big quilt. So what I'll do is cut the pattern piece. I will cut the foam 1/2 inch like smaller, because I do want to keep it out of the seam allowances. I use a little bit of the 505 spray it on the foam, and then go ahead and place it in the center of your pattern piece, and then just go ahead and quilt it like you normally would, and you'd be good to go. That was an excellent question. I'm not a quilter, but I love quilting on this faux because the faux is so soft and luxurious. And I also love quilting on leather. So I know that some of these patterns are pretty basic, but in the back of my mind, we have some other things coming out in the future that will show you some different patterns that you can do, some different quilting patterns that you can do on leather and on faux leather. So that's exciting. All these thoughts in my head. There's too many of them running around. Okay, so check out the kits. Just a quick little thing. We do have this is the seafoam. And then we also have it in the magenta faux leather, the cream, which is kind of like just an off-white, and then we also have camel. So these three. We have it in navy. We did it in navy and this super dark brown. And then we also have one in this tan ostrich. And we are going to be putting some other colors up. We're just waiting for a couple of hardware pieces that should be here hopefully soon. And we'll be getting some more faux colors up and some more ostrich colors up as well. And y'all have really enjoyed this kit, so we really appreciate that. We cut them as they come in, so we've been trying to get them out really quickly for you. So because we know you want to work on the patterns. So I think we've been getting them out pretty much the same day. But you get, and the kit includes the faux 9 inches of faux, 9 inches of lining, the adhesive lining, and the deck of the light. We're giving you 9 inches of deck of the light. That's enough to do the whole wallet. And then, of course, like I said, all the hardware. If you want to quilt it, just use some like anti-soft and stable or something like that, headliner foam, something like that, and the quilting will be perfect for you. Oh, I remember your bag. Christine says, I posted my Leah on your Facebook page. I quilted a dragonfly. I remember that. That was gorgeous. That was really pretty. That was a while ago, but I remember that. I do. Sometimes we've been really busy, so sometimes it takes me a day or so, but I do look at the Facebook group all the time. I respond to posts. I look at YouTube. I answer questions, email, answer questions. I really make sure that I am involved in everything. I see all of your comments, so don't think that I'm not looking at that stuff, because I promise you I am, and I appreciate all of your participation and all of your purchases and loyalty, and it just makes it easier for us to do what we do. So, all right, so if you don't have any more questions, that will be all for tonight. What we will do is Monday, we'll have another blog post. It will be the final steps to finish up the wallet. So make sure if you have any questions, go ahead and write them down or email me, and we'll have another live next week. Next week will be our final live for this wallet. Let's see, Christine said, thank you, but I didn't hold up because I was a newbie. Oh, you know, let me just say, I think a lot of you are intimidated to post your bags on the Facebook group, and I wish you weren't, because they are really good. And if it's your first bag, so what? I wish I had kept mine. All right, I'll tell you a story. When I made my first bag, I said, oh, I was going to do this. I love bag making. And it was a Devon wallet. You remember that pattern? And I made 2 or 3 and, struggled a little bit. And then I came downstairs and I showed my husband. And I said, hey, babe, I want you to look at these wallets or these pouches, and I want you to let me know what you think. And I was so excited about them. But I knew they weren't perfect, but I was excited about them. And God bless him. He looked at him. He's like, wow, those are really good. And I wish I had kept them to show you that, it takes practice, and you have to just keep doing it, keep sewing it, keep sewing. And everything you do, you get better. Every time you make a mistake, you get better. I still make mistakes all the time. I promise you, my sewing is not perfect. It is not perfect at all. So please don't be intimidated. We would love to see all of your bags, and they inspire me. I mean, you all inspire me very, very much, and I want you to know that. Leslie's asking, has anyone tried this in jelly vinyl? I don't know. That is a great question. If anybody has, let us know. Christine says, it's still my favorite bag. That's great. Yes, that Leah tote. That's good. Let's see. We have a question. How do you... Oh, we have a spammer on there. Okay, so Jeannie agrees, yes. Cynthia, I expect from humans, as expected from humans, yes, we're not perfect. We all make sewing mistakes. I'll tell you what, I was sewing a bag today for a video, and it was like, my whole line just went, I mean, I just went off. I'm like, what in the world? So yeah, that's just part of it. Oh, Cheryl says she kept her first bag. Good for you. I didn't, because I thought, oh, this isn't very good, but I wish I had, because I would love to take it out right now and show you, because I want to encourage you that, hey, you know what? Just keep going at it. Just keep practicing, and it's going to get better. Yeah, Shanova. I've met Shanova. She is so sweet. Sherry says, progression makes progress. Yes, Absolutely. I agree. Troll, go away. I didn't think, we use StreamYard and I didn't think they could get on there, but apparently they can. Okay. So thank you, everybody. We appreciate you very, very much. Go ahead and do what you can on the wallet. Let me know if you have questions. We'll post our final blog post next week for the final few steps. And until next week or next time we see you, happy sewing.